Hey, 71st. This is Charles Hall here, your PBIS coach for 71st High School. Woo woo. Um, Here, I gave you guys a copy of this in your email earlier this week. And so I wanted to make sure that everybody understands what's going on with it, so it's not just some random thing that's here. So here's an actual form, a referral form for our tier two process, or tier two intervention is another word for that. For one, I know people are confused a little bit about what tier two is all about. So we know tier one is actually about getting the students, pretty much every student in the school, to focus on um, doing the best thing, doing the right thing, doing what they're supposed to do in school. So they're supposed to follow the rules and supposed to do all the things that they're supposed to do. With that, for those that are doing what they're supposed to do, we're giving them incentives. So we give out the tickets or the store cards to them, and with that, and as you should notice, as this year, as we have gone along, we haven't been doing the raffles per se because we pretty much have like run out of things to be able to raffle for the students. So if anybody is willing or able or wanting to donate either gift cards like to any food place or to like Five Below or any other places around here, that would be really great if you can donate. You can bring that to Mr. Hall's room, 604, my room. Or if you know of places that are willing to like donate maybe like a food like coupon or some type of coupon that you think the kids will like, let me know. I'm probably going to ask you if you can actually like go and get in contact with those people because there's a lot of stuff that I'm handling with PBIS and I kind of need some people to like do some hands-on stuff with that. So if you know some people or if you want to donate, please let me know and or please get it and you can give it to me so we can actually start to raffle up again. But also with that tier one part, we have all these things that lets us know whether the kids are actually following the rules or not. And that part gets us to tier two for those students that are not following the rules, that just refuse to follow the rules there, that are here at 71st High School and that don't follow our PBIS matrix. So with that, our tier two process is where we take those specific students that are not following what we need them to follow, these rules that we have set in place, that Mr. Williams has set in place here. We're going to take those students, the ones that have habitually done wrong and habitually been written up and habitually been referred to the office with write-ups and everything. These people are going to be the ones that we are trying to focus on in tier two. So in tier two, we actually take the process of actually saying, okay, we're going to mentor these students. We're going to take the time with these students to try to delve deeper into their situation to see what's going on so we can actually hopefully like take those spots and actually help them, mold them, mentor them, try to fix those areas in their lives that we can handle, that we can actually do. And we know there are some areas that we can't really touch. There's some like mental things that we can't really handle. There's some behavioral things that we really can't handle because it's actually like maybe a chemical imbalance or something of that sort. That's something else that we can deal with later on. Or maybe that can go through EC also with that. But tier two focuses on just those students that just don't want to do what they're supposed to do. And we do the either mentoring or the check in, check out, which kind of goes together hand in hand. And then we have some other tier two um, interventions we can do. But with this, we look at, as a PBIS team, we look at the actual numbers and everything of the write-ups of the students that are here at 71st High School. So we get to see all that data, the discipline data. So with that, we look at these and we're able to pull out certain students and say, okay, well, this student we recommend to for tier two because they really have like maybe 11 write-ups already, or we have like 6 write-ups already here, and we need to go ahead and start doing something so that we can keep them from going to Ramsey Street or going to another alternative school or just be taken out of school completely. So our goal for tier two is to try to take those students that are not doing what they're supposed to do and try to help them so they don't get kicked out of 71st High School. So with that, some of the people that we see here are the ones that, as I've said already, are the ones that are on the discipline data sheet. And with that, we can see, okay, how many they have. But then there's sometimes those students that don't necessarily have the discipline where they're written up, because it's not necessarily like things that need to be written up for, but there's this consistent things that you've called parents and you've actually like talked to like maybe the guidance counselor, or you've talked to different teachers and you just can't figure out what to do to help the student, and it's consistently things that just keep happening. If at that point we have this form here for you guys as teachers. It's a referral form for tier 2, so that maybe we can like get a mentoring thing going on with them, or a check in check out process where they come and they talk to the teacher in the morning and they come and talk to the teacher in the afternoon to check on them to see how they're doing, and just have somebody they can come and talk to. And sometimes that's what students need, is just that thing. So here, this form is going to be one of the things that we use, that you can fill it out. And as you see, it has the date, the school, who's referring them, the teachers, teachers. So if you guys get to collaborate with the teachers of this student, start collaborating, and y'all see that, yeah, we're pretty much having the same problem and none of us can figure out what's going on, you can all put your name on that line and then go from there and let us know this information. Now, most of this stuff you can pull up from PowerSchool. So that's really the biggest part that we're looking at here, is me as the PBIS coach, and most of us on the team might not have that student. So we can't see all this data. So here, what's the area of concern that's going on with that student? We don't know. We're looking for that from you to let us know what's going on. Like, also like the class period, like what are they getting, like what is the subject for these periods here, like here and here and here, what is the subjects for those periods, like what is the grade in that class, and looking at the overall grade for the semester, like so far, what is their overall grade, looking at this part, and then the teacher that actually teaches that class. So maybe again, we have the teachers on top, and maybe it's just maybe one teacher is actually submitting this. Maybe we can go back, and if we have all of this, we can figure out like what teacher or what these teachers are doing that might help out, so we can kind of help the teachers out, the teacher that's having the problem out, to make sure they can actually help the student better. The number of absences here, again, we can't see that as a team. You'd be able to see that on your side. The behavior data, the number of office referrals, that's something that we can see with our discipline data report. But that part here, that's one thing that we would do for that. Also here, looking at the tier 1 interventions, like have you done the things with positive reinforcement for positive behavior? Have you done things like giving them PBIS tickets? Have you given them anything of that sort? And then what happened when you gave it to them, the outcome for the interventions. And then also with this, as the administrators have been talking about, also make sure we do contact parents and find out what's going on. And with that, contact the parents and see like, and then let us know like kind of like what's going on with that. Like if the parent actually is saying something, or the parent's like, that's just the way they are, so we're just going to you just have to let it go and do whatever. Just kind of give us like the dates and the methods that you did, but also kind of give us a little blurb there of like what happened or what the parent said, because that's kind of like what we need. All right, and then here's the reason, like for the last part, the reason why for you're referring them to tier 2. And it's kind of like the same thing as this part up here at the top of area of concern. So here with tier 2, it's kind of about the same. So it kind of gives an idea. And once you have finished this form here and you turn it into me, turn it into to my room 604, to Charles Hall 604. Once you do that, make sure that when we get it, we kind of understand it. We're going to deal with this as a team to try to look at it, and we'll all look at this and go through the data, go through the information, and we will deem it as a team if it's something that we can handle as a team to move them into tier 2. If it's not something that it can do, we'll get back with you and we'll give you information of like why we are saying no, not at this time, that this is not the time for a tier 2 intervention. But with the team, we will work this out. So hopefully there should be some a representative from every department here and as a team member, so that we can actually all as a school team actually figure out what's going on and then go from there. All right, so this is our form, and this is what we're going to be using. This will be placed in all the workrooms. I'll actually put up, I believe, like some type of folder or something that will have this in each workroom so you guys can see it. And then if you need to use this form, just pull it out and then go and write on it. If you want to print it out from the email I sent you guys, you can print it off from there and then write on it. But again, just give it back to me in room 604. All right, thank you guys so much for this. Thank you for paying attention and listening to this. And hopefully I didn't waste too much of your time. But thanks, guys. Love you guys.